She tried to steal my first-class seat, staged a fake medical emergency mid-flight, and ended up leaving the plane in handcuffs, banned for life. That's not hyperbole, that's exactly what happened. And the crazy part, it all started with a fight back home inside our homeowners association. My name's Evan Cross. I fly airplanes for a living, which means I'm trained to stay calm, notice the small stuff, and keep people safe. But nothing in flight school prepares you for dealing with a Karen who happens to run your HOA and believes the world should bend to her every whim. That day I wasn't in uniform. I was deadheading, just flying as a passenger to get into position for my next trip. Red polo jeans, sneakers, nothing to give me away. My ticket said, Seat 2A, First Class. A rare perk I don't usually question. I was scrolling through my phone trying to enjoy a quiet moment when I heard that voice sharp and grating like gravel in a blender. There must be a mistake. Seat 2A is mine. I didn't even need to look up. I knew the tone. Karen Lane, queen of our HOA scourge of mailbox colors and rose bushes an inch too tall. Now she was terrorizing the gate agent, demanding my seat. She puffed herself up, claiming platinum status, medical needs, urgent business. Brenda, the gate agent, didn't flinch. Calm professional, seasoned in dealing with entitled travelers. Ma'am, your ticket is 3B. Seat 2A is already assigned. Karen leaned across the counter like she could physically force the computer to change. Then unassign him. I have status. Brenda didn't budge. Supervisor came. Same answer. Finally the verdict, ma'am, the seat is taken. You can fly in 3B or wait for tomorrow's flight. Checkmate. I thought it would end there. My phone buzzed. A text from my wife Lena. You will not believe this. HOA emergency vote tonight. Karen's trying to ram through a zoning variance. I chuckled, typed back, funny you should mention her. She's here throwing a fit over my seat. Lena's reply was just a head-exploding emoji. I should have known then this wasn't about legroom, it was part of something bigger. Boarding started. Karen shot me a venomous glare when she finally realized I was the guy in 2A. She stomped into 3B behind me, sighing theatrically as she shoved her oversized carry-on under the seat. I ignored her, cracked open a paperback, tried to be just another passenger. But in my gut, I felt that quiet whisper, pay attention. Sure enough, attention paid off. A slick man in a shiny suit, gold signet ring flashing under the lights, wandered into first class, though his boarding pass said otherwise. He staged a clumsy bump into a flight attendant named Sarah, all apologies and fake charm, but I saw it the precise way his hand dipped into her tote bag just for a second. Too quick, too deliberate. He planted something. I didn't know what yet, but my pulse spiked. This wasn't random. This was a setup. Then the pieces clicked. Lena's text about the zoning vote. A developer trying to jam through a massive apartment complex in our neighborhood. Karen, their cheerleader, desperate to get home in time. The fixer with the ring. My mind screamed it's all connected. And now we were sealed inside a metal tube at 37,000 feet with their scheme. The flight took off. Turbulence hit. Karen ordered a mimosa and started live streaming her victim routine, whining to her HOA sycophants about injustice. Then came the call button from her row. She shrieked, "This man can't breathe, heart attack." The guy next to her slumped like a bad actor. Perfect timing, storm outside, fake emergency inside. The flight crew reacted with professional calm. A nurse volunteered, but Karen kept shoving her phone in everyone's face, narrating chaos. And me, I sat there teeth clenched thinking maybe she'd won. Maybe she'd forced a diversion to get back in time for that vote. And worse, maybe I was powerless. For the first time in years, I doubted myself. Maybe I should have just minded my own business. Maybe I was wrong to see connections where there weren't any. I wanted to sink into my seat and give up. But then came the sound. A small click, barely audible over the storm. Not the solid thunk of a latched overhead bin. A weak metallic snap 2 rows ahead. My instincts roared awake. That bag. The fixer's bump. I unbuckled, steadying myself against the turbulence, and told the lead flight attendant quietly, "Row 3 right side bin." Latch didn't sound right. She checked. The door swung open too easily. Inside was Sarah's tote, the one that had been touched. Her face went pale. She slammed it shut, then picked up the interphone, speaking in clipped code, possible device level 2. My skin went cold. This wasn't just HOA drama. This was federal. The turbulence worsened. A service cart broke loose, careening down the aisle straight toward a little boy. I didn't think. I lunged, took the hit on my shoulder, shoved it into the bulkhead. Pain shot through me, but the kid was safe. His mother sobbed thanks. I just muttered, "Stay buckled," and staggered back. The flight attendant met my eyes with fierce gratitude. She knew. I wasn't just some guy in 2A anymore. The plane diverted. Thunder boomed, rain lashed the windows, and we descended into chaos. But the real storm was waiting on the ground. Police cars, fire trucks, FBI. As soon as the jet bridge connected, the fixer bolted, trying to slip away. The air marshal sprang into action, but so did I. He flashed a knife, desperate, but I blocked his path with my roller bag, slammed the corner into his wrist. The blade clattered away. The marshal and cops swarmed him, cuffing him against the metal wall. He screamed back at the cabin, spitting words like venom. "This was your plan. Karen, you set me up." Every passenger heard it. Every phone recorded it. Her mask shattered. Karen froze pale, her live stream still rolling, until an FBI agent, Miller, ordered her to shut it off or face obstruction charges. She stammered, then killed the feed. But the evidence was already flooding in. Lena had been working the ground war while I fought in the air. She texted me photos, the fixer handing Karen an envelope that morning, receipts for a zoning victory party paid with HOA funds, messages from her allies promising she'd make it to the vote no matter what. Ironclad proof. Embezzlement, conspiracy, endangering a flight, it was all tied to her. And the device in that bag, a high-power RF jammer meant to sow comms confusion and force the diversion home. Not to kill us, just to use us as her private Uber to the HOA meeting. The arrogance was breathtaking. Agent Miller scrolled through Lena's evidence, her face grim. Then she looked at Karen. The airline station chief stepped forward, voice booming. "Karen Lane, you are banned from this airline for life." Gasps, murmurs. Then Miller added the hammer blow. "Karen Lane, you are under arrest for conspiracy to interfere with a flight crew, endangering an aircraft, and multiple federal offenses." Handcuffs snapped shut around her wrists, the loudest click I've ever heard. The Queen of Cedar Creek HOA, reduced to a pale, humiliated criminal, marched off the plane as 180 passengers erupted in applause. She didn't look back. And that's where it ended. Not with a victory toast, not with neighbors cheering, but with Karen Lane's empire collapsing under its own corruption, live-streamed and recorded for the world to see. Sometimes defending your home means trusting your gut, standing your ground, and remembering that real power doesn't come from rules or titles. It comes from knowing when to say enough.